this is the scenario I think every 49er fan is thinking about, and every person in the front office of the 49ers has to be thinking about, because this is their career. If the Niners trade Trey Lance and he works out and Purdy doesn't, because, he's still basically a rookie too, coming back from a serious injury, is that it for Kyle Shanahan? Is that it for John Lynch? Is that it for this whole regime?
I think so. I don't think it'll happen right away. I'm not saying it'll be like, oh, one fell swoop, they're gone. I don't see it happening that way.
But it'll be inevitable and slow.
You're holding off the inevitable, because what's going to happen is now you're 2 years down the road. Purdy's not looking as good as what you thought or whatever. Trey Lance is gone. And Kittle's gone. Trent Williams is gone. Everybody's getting paid a ton. Debo's on his way out. And you probably haven't replenished the roster to take over for these guys. No way you can hit on all of your draft picks. And so now the talent's a little bit less potentially. You don't have a quarterback. You're still at square one. You're trying to draft a guy, but now he doesn't fit the timeline of some of the older. You're in the same exact problem again. So I think eventually, yes, that would be it. I think the writing would be on the wall. I just don't think it happens like, boom, next year he's gone. It won't be like that, but it'll be a slow, painful, you're out of here. Yes.
I mean, let's look at it this way. From Jed's perspective, he gave you the go-ahead to get Trey Lance. You probably had to sell him on it. And you probably said there was a plan. He gave you the picks. Those are his picks. He gave you the money. That's his money. And not just Jed, like John and Denise too. The whole York family okayed this. You pitched it. They okayed it. It's like you pitched, a Hollywood production company about a movie that had like $100 million budget, and they said okay, and you spent the whole budget and didn't make the movie at all. You just gave up after like the first scene. You're like, you know what, this movie sucks. Thanks for all the money. It's not going to work. It's not going to sell. We're going to pivot and make a whole different movie. So at a certain point, Jed could say like, this is so unprofessional. Okay, I signed off on the trade to begin with. I signed off on you trading Trey for nothing. 2 things I signed off on, and I had confidence in you. And then this didn't work out, and Trey goes on to be good over there. I have no more confidence in you. You're fired. And then if he kicks everyone out, some people might get jobs in the league, but a lot of people would have this stench on them the rest of their careers, where like teams are like, man, how can I bring you in here when you were responsible for one of the biggest organizational malpractices in the league history? Like, we don't do business around here like that. So I think this is very serious. And, from John's perspective, if it doesn't work out, he can always go back to Amazon or Fox or whatever and just get out of being in the front office and go back to announcing. But from Adam Peters' perspective, like, dude, if you're associated with this and it doesn't work out, like, what are you going to say? What are you going to do? Are you going to coach high school football? What are you going to do, Adam Peters? Like, I don't know, man. I wouldn't be if you don't believe in this and they do it anyway. I would go to the Houston Texans, man. Make sure you're not attached to this if you don't want to be. I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And that's another reason why I think that there is a split, is because John's looking at it like, I don't care. Like, if this doesn't work out, I'm going to go to Amazon and make $100 million. Like, don't threaten me with a good time. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He doesn't care as much.
I'm John Lynch. I'm going to do what I want to do. I believe in my convictions. I believe all that. God love him. And I'm going to push for what's right while you guys ride the fence. God love him. And again, I don't know for sure. It's just how I read the tea leaves here. But yeah, man. I mean, also if Jed knows that John was the spark plug of trading Trey Lance and not wanting Trey Lance, and he ends up going somewhere and he was essentially wrong. He was the one who was wrong about Trey. Well, then that's it for John. So I guess only the Yorks really know if there is a split, who's team Trey and who's not. Well, the people that pushed him out after 4 starts, they're done. You were wrong.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a split, maybe, because let's say the split is the way that we've laid it out, where Lynch wanted Garoppolo, Lynch wants Purdy, Lynch didn't want Lance. Well, you look at that and you say, okay, well, hold on. So you were wrong on Garoppolo, you were wrong on Purdy. You're the one that pushed Lance out the door. We didn't know what he was yet. Kyle,
3 strikes, you're out.
You're 0 for 3. You're out. Kyle,
3
on the
strikes,
other
you're out.
hand, is like, okay, I'm going to give you one more chance to figure this thing out.
Yeah.
You haven't gotten your guy. You haven't been able to develop him. Now's your chance. You got one player. However you want to get him, go get him. And if you're wrong on that, you're also out. So, maybe
I hope that guy isn't Sam Darnold.
Chance.
Maybe they had that conversation with him and Kyle's like, okay, here's Sam Darnold.
It's Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, let's be honest. John B says, why do the Niners love mid quarterbacks so much like Jimmy and Brock, but despise quarterbacks that could be elite like Trey? Please help me understand this logic. Well, we've been playing around with a hypothesis all show that the reason they're so hard to read is that there's two agendas in this organization. And the person who likes mid quarterbacks is the person who won a Super Bowl with Brad Johnson, is I'm guessing. That's his experience. He's a champion and Kyle is not. John's a champion. He went with Brad Johnson. If it was good enough for John, I'm just saying that's his worldview. And I think Kyle is the one who wanted Trey. Kyle's the one who felt Jimmy isn't good enough. Kyle's the one who's perpetually unsatisfied. Yeah. Except when it comes to Kirk Cousins, which I'll never understand.
It's so satisfied there.
I will never understand that one. One more. Should Kyle trade any quarterback right now when his scheme is supposedly so hard to learn? Asked Timothy Glanders. Honestly, does that make sense? Not too late to actually develop number 5.
Yeah, I mean, that's again.
Brock's coming back. What are you talking about? Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine.
This goes back to it not adding up for Kyle necessarily being fully on board, because if Purdy has to sit till game 3, game 4, whatever, you're rolling somebody out there who hasn't been in your system for a long time. No matter what, no matter how you slice it, whether it's a rookie, whether it's Sam Darnold, it doesn't matter. If it's not Trey, that's the options you have available. So that's a little weird.
Funny Money says Kings in 5 on Hood.
On Hood.
What do you think? You're an impartial observer.
It's funny because I'm in a group chat with a bunch of 49er fans that are also Warriors fans, and they are just crying all the time about every bad call and this and that. And I'm still confident in the Warriors. I'm like, the Warriors are going to win, and then I'm going to laugh at you because you've been crying this whole time for no reason. I don't know.
If they win game 3 without Draymond tomorrow night, that's huge. And they could definitely do it.
The Warriors are just one of those teams that I'm not going to count out Steph Curry until that last second has run off the clock and they've lost the series.
They haven't even lost a home game yet. The season doesn't start until one team loses a home game.
Yep.
Or unless it's game 7. So
yeah.
Raymond Martinez Jr. What's up, Raymond? Says, hearing Parag speak about lemonade stands lets you know what Jed and the Yorks value. Business first, winning is second. Kyle is a lifer. Yeah, but if the word gets out that Kyle's spinning his wheels and he's never going to bring in a quarterback and the media know it and the fans know it, business will start to dip. If fans are like, you know what, they're doing the same shit every year, quarterback drama every year. The Niners are a bunch of drama, and I think they like it. You know what I'm saying? They get talked about. I think they like the drama from Jed to Kittle. And I think, I don't know if winning teams are all about that. It's like the Cowboys do that shit. Don't be the Cowboys.
You know what the easiest jersey to sell is and the easiest way to sell tickets is?
What?
Franchise quarterback. That's the easiest jersey to sell. So if you
So
continuously
it's like, Jed, you want to make money?
Yeah.
You want to make money, Jed? Get a franchise quarterback.